What's up, guys? Today we're going over how you can own your insecurities as a man. As men, we're often told that we can't be weak, we shouldn't look weak, but then we still have these insecurities we have to deal with, and so suppressing them is not really an option. So in this video, I wanted to go over two different kinds of insecurities and how you can deal with both of them. Before we get into that though, my name is Keefe. Be sure to hit the bell icon and subscribe button so you don't miss my new videos, because I put out new videos every single day. And let's get straight into it. So guys, breaking news, I am losing some of my hair, and I started losing it when I was 16 actually, and at the time I was very concerned about it. I thought I was going to look like Rob Lowe in that scene in the interview where he pulls his toupee off and he's completely bald by this point. That's what I thought I was going to look like. So we're doing pretty good actually at this point. In fact, I've grown a little bit of it back because I lose my hair due to stress, not due to like male pattern baldness really. So like moments where I get really pent up and stressed out is when I start to lose the hair, and until recently I was not good at controlling my stress. So in fact, I'm gonna put up a picture right now. But that picture I just showed you guys, that was me a little over a year ago, and I had even less hair in the front. It was pretty bad. I was just very stressed out, and so my hair was coming out, but I've grown a good bit of it back in. And if you are dealing with hair loss, one product I'd recommend you try is argan oil. Argan oil, you can get it in conditioners and shampoos, but it has helped my hair. It helps keep your hair healthier. It does help with a little bit with regrowth. So I would recommend you check that out if you are also dealing with hair loss. But like I said, I want to get into two different kinds of insecurities in this video because there is a key distinction, and we need to focus on the difference between the two because there's a different way of handling them. The first of these kinds of insecurities, guys, is the kind that you can control. This is things like your weight or the amount of money you make. There are implementable steps you can take to fix these problems, and I don't want to hear it from somebody who in the comment section is going to talk about how they just can't handle their weight and they can't control it, because that's bullshit. Go look at a picture from the 1960s, okay? Like pull up a USA 1960. There are no obese people. This is a modern phenomenon. You can control your weight. It is within your ability, but you got to take action. So with step number one of this though is to let go of the negative feelings you have about your current predicament. So like if you feel like you're insecure about your money situation, well, accept where you're at with your money. Be grateful for the money that you have. And once you do that, then think about the future you want to go to. So perhaps you're making $30,000 a year right now. You want to make $100,000 a year. So think about what it would feel like to have $100,000. What does this get you? What is it that you're looking to get out of it? First of all, it's the feeling state. So if you're insecure, perhaps you're feeling secure now. Feel this in your body. Feel confident. Think about the things you're going to do with the money. Get that really positive energy going about it, and then start moving towards it. So once you get your thoughts, your feelings, and like your body just aimed in the right direction, the actions will naturally follow, and you'll make the right decisions. You'll fix the problems. You'll find the plans. You'll know what to do. So that's really how you deal with the things that are within your control. It is important to give up your victim story, because so many people are caught in this feeling like things aren't within their control, but they're totally within their control. Now, when it comes to the second kind of insecurities, these are the things that you can't really control, and something like your hair is I put something like your hair in the category that you can't control, although there are some methods you can. It's just not as directly within your control as like your weight is or your like income is. This is something where like perhaps you could get surgery that costs a lot of money, or perhaps there are like some natural remedy type things like I mentioned, the argan oil, that do some good for it, but like ultimately this is something that is somewhat out of your control. In fact, I would say if you're getting surgery to deal with these things, oftentimes like if you're getting a nose job or something like that, oftentimes this to me is like a sign that the insecurity has gone overboard, right? Because you're not dealing with the fundamental reason you're feeling insecure, which is, in my opinion, the solution to how you fix your insecurities that you can't control. So, for example, with me and my hair, I want to explain this. So, when I was 16 years old, like I said, my hair started coming out, and I was very insecure about it. But the thing is, I wasn't insecure because my hair was coming out. I want to flip this and explain that I was already insecure. I was already feeling unworthy. I felt uncomfortable in my skin. I felt self-conscious, and the hair was a physical manifestation of the way I was already feeling within my body. So I believe, and I know for a fact actually, that the feeling state preceded the hair coming out, right? So the thing itself, the hair coming out, has no actual feeling associated with it, right? It's just a statement of fact. The hair is coming out. I can take it as a positive or a negative, and oftentimes people choose to take it as a negative, but there are cultures throughout history that considered baldness like a coming of age process. It was almost like a masculine ritual. So like there are ways you can look at these things differently, but understand that the things you're insecure about, they're just a manifestation of the way you're already feeling on the inside. So the best way to deal with your physical manifestations of insecurity, whether it be like I deal with body acne, which is something that is technically within my control, but it has been a real battle to work through this because it's just I don't know if my skin just naturally creates this stuff or what. I've tried different diets. I've had some mixed results. By the way, if you have had body acne and done something about it, leave a comment and tell me what you did if you got some good results out of that. But anyways, like these things are all physical manifestations of the way you're feeling inside. So if you can fix the inner feeling, perhaps the thing itself goes away, but even if it doesn't, your being preoccupied with it will go away. So if you can get rid of the insecurity, so what you can do is focus on why you're insecure. So like, what is it that's really got you insecure? Focus on the feeling and letting the feeling go, and practice being confident, being comfortable in your skin. And the more you stop focusing on the physical body and you here and look more outwardly, you stop being self-conscious, right? This is a thing that people who are actually very generous and very loving to other people are very like they're not self-conscious at all, and the reason is because their focus is external on other people, helping other people, right? Like one of the best ways to stop thinking about you is to intentionally go out and help somebody else, and your like focus will suddenly go off of you. So it's actually a very narcissistic thing to be concerned with your like body and your own insecurity so much. Not to say that it's not normal, but it just is. It is a very narcissistic thing to be preoccupied with yourself. Another important thing to notice about these insecurities you can't control is recognizing that you don't notice most people's insecurities, right? You only notice your own. And so like I mean, think about it. I bet you don't remember what color shirt your friend was wearing yesterday when you saw him, or just these like minuscule things. You don't pay attention to them because it's not about you. So understand, most people aren't paying attention to whatever the insecurity is. Another thing you can do with these is actually take an ironic twist on them. And what I mean by this is irony is a form of humor where it's kind of like a lifestyle almost, where like you kind of own doing lame things in like a joking fashion. So an example of this could be like how people wear dad shoes, and the dad shoe obviously looks lame, but it is the fact that they're wearing it and knowing that it looks lame that it kind of like spins it into this kind of like cool fad, like ironic funny thing that they're wearing these dad shoes that look completely lame. Same thing with like bow ties or high water jeans. Like people will wear these ironic looking clothing, and as long as they know they're doing it in like a sarcastic way, it kind of has this cool flair, this funny kind of vibe to it. And so this is something you could try. Like perhaps you're short, you could try to take an ironic spin on it. And I don't mean like, some people really like to make jokes at their own expense when they're insecure, and I used to do this with my hair, and that's not what I'm talking about, because that's you trying to compensate, and oftentimes you just make it worse on yourself, because it's like you give a license to everyone else to notice it and then start giving you grief about the issue as well yourself. So I wouldn't recommend you just try and put yourself down. I'm just talking about owning the insecurity, like rather than buying a toupee, own the fact that your hair's coming out or something like that. A good example of this, I think it was Phil Collins. Phil Collins was a musician, like a classic rock musician. He's the one who made that song In the Air Tonight. At one point, I'm pretty sure it was him, his hair was so bad. His hair had been falling out so much, and like there was this music video I saw. It's like he had no hair like all the way through here. He had like this one streak of hair coming down, and like his hairline started like back here, and then he had long hair on the sides, and he was just repping this shit, right? Like, and it was like he had to know this looked god awful, but he was just owning it. And I saw that and I was like, all right, I kind of fuck with that. It was kind of funny. But so basically you can take these things and you can own them any way you want. So the perception is what's causing you to feel insecure. So focus on the inner state, and the external feeling of insecurity will go away. That's how I would recommend you deal with things that you can't control that are insecurities. Hey guys, if you got something out of this video, I want you to give it a like so I can reach more guys through the algorithm. Again, hit the bell icon and subscribe button so you don't miss tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.